The person you need to live is not the same person you need to survive. I was having a conversation with someone last week just around an idea of coaching. And during the course of our conversation, this individual was describing what they were looking for. And during this conversation, it dawned on me that while I or someone on my team could offer her some level of coaching, I wasn't the right one, nor my team the right one for her. And it came down to she was looking for someone to help her survive, not looking for someone to help her live. And the distinction is subtle but also clear. In one, specifically around the survival, someone is most likely looking to do things immediately. They're not necessarily thinking through all of the core steps necessary to achieve an action. Looking in depth amongst themselves isn't on the table. It's something driven out of immediacy, fear, angst. And oftentimes when I've coached individuals with those same attributes, they're willing to do anything, which is great. But that's also the problem. They oftentimes cut corners, oftentimes say yes to exercises or actions that they can't sustain. But what they want is the removal of the immediate pain. Now that's a different dialogue than a person of whom I'm coaching or my team coaches who is looking to live. Now that person is someone whom is coming from a place of empowerment, confidence, comfort. They're willing to put in the time to look within themselves first, to understand and underscore their foundation, to adjust, to be patient, to take time, and probably most importantly, to integrate the behaviors within themselves. That isn't to say that this particular young woman doesn't need a coach or that her position of survival isn't needed, because quite frankly, it is. What I'm also acknowledging is that the person you need to survive is not the same person you need to live. That's not only important as a coach for me and my team to understand and acknowledge, it's also important for the other individual to understand that within themselves. There's nothing wrong with wanting to lose the 10 pounds for the wedding. There's nothing wrong with implementing a change management program to roll out a new technology that has an end date. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a better coach, or a better leader, even could be a coach, because of some performance feedback. And you no longer want that level of feedback. That's okay. But how that individual shows up, how that coach shows up, is a lot different than someone and how they show up in coaching someone who is standing before you and the person who wants to live. There's a want that's different. There's an integration that's different. There's a passion that's different. The subtlety isn't in the process, but how we each show up. That's important. As a coach, it's important for me to acknowledge, and again, within my participants and my clients, it's important as well. So I ask you, in your day-to-days, are you showing up to survive, or are you showing up to live? We each have a choice.